This is Akashavani Mangaluru. Yuvavani. Dear friends, in today's Yuvavani, we launch a novel program, Akashavani on the campus, meeting and talking to the students in their classrooms. In today's magazine, we broadcast informal chit-chat we had with BCA and BSc students of Alvas College Moodubidri regarding their course and the threat of artificial intelligence, and with an HRD student of the same college about managing man and worker.
We get to hear so many things about artificial intelligence. People say world will not be the same again with the advent of AI. What are your perceptions?
Good afternoon. My name is Shishir Shetty and I'm from second year BCA. So first of all, talking about AI, we can see that within the past 1 or 2 years, there has been a hype about AI, which is called as a boom of technology, right? So a lot of the students got into an idea that AI will probably replace a lot of jobs, for example, artists and programmers also. But according to me, these are just fake news because first of all, the people who sell the AI, it's their marketing to sell this, right? So they will of course hype their product because they want people to purchase it. See, we believing in that is us cheating with ourselves only. Exactly, right? Because that kind of technology is possible, clearly. But that technology is not powerful to completely replace a human brain right now. As of within 100 years or 200 years, it might be possible. But currently it is not possible. It just brings a new standard into the technology and it just brings a new standard to the job. For example, since an AI came, the already pre-existing work we don't have to do, the AI would do it for us, right? But the creative mindset is required by an actual human only, exactly. So, yeah, I don't think AI would be replacing humans anytime sooner. In fact, the better thing is the programmers who actually program the software, they have to put less efforts into repetitive things, okay?
The implications and applications of AI may be very vast. It may change the other fields, especially medical science, construction science, biology, and astrophysics. It may have its own implications.
Software is applied on almost all the fields. So being an AI, of course, it will change all the fields also because predicting, for example, let's just take medical field into. So through predictive or through deep learning, we can predict what kind of sickness would be possibly happening within 10 or 50 years, right? So yes, it can affect a lot of other fields also, but again, it won't be affecting it up to that extent that human interaction would be completely out of the bond. See, this kind of hype was already there when internet came. Even that time also people were so scared that we might lose our jobs. The internet is taking everyone's job and that. But that is just a trend going on at that time. This is a trend of our time. I don't think anyone needs to be scared about it. In fact, if we start learning about it better, how to use it better and use it in our daily lives, it might be more useful. Because you can see the things, you can see the trends surrounding you also. Because many people say that AI would be transforming lives completely, it would be taking our jobs completely. But you can see the jobs increasing day by day. Even the salaries, pays are still the same. It's just the people talking, and that talking mindset can also get into students' mind, right? For example, I have seen many students in BCA also thinking, like getting demotivated about it, that why are we even learning this if it won't be helpful for us in the future? So this is just a mindset, this is just a trendy mindset that is going on in our generation right now. But I don't think it is that vast of a problem for us to be thinking about it.
See, in the first place, we saw binary world. The next one is virtual world. Now, we fear we may enter fake world. AI has its own implication that it may create a fake world.
That is actually a real thing right now going on because the very recent product about is the Apple Vision Pro, right? So it completely changes your surrounding and everything. So yeah, it is an actual thing going on. But again, that depends on how we look at it. If we look at it in a negative way, we can see all the negative sides of it. For example, people might be addicted to it. People might not know what's their actual reality and what is the virtual reality. So that kind of things. Or you can see it in a positive mindset also. It might actually be a good thing for people who aren't actually physically capable to travel around the world. Or it might actually be a good thing for advertisers also. Because we can see advertisement on augmentation and virtual reality also. So that again depends on the person who is seeing them through a positive or negative mindset.
See, every minute we have to update ourselves, especially with regard to digital science. See, that is the biggest worry among the youth, whether we lag behind in updating ourselves. What are your fears?
That is definitely a fear because as a software field, it is a highly skill-based field, right? And it requires updating almost every second. Even after you get a job, there is still a process of studying going on in your life. So yes, physically speaking, after the age of 30 or 40, it is expected that a software programmer might not be able to learn new things because at that part of his age, his neurons become not possible to learn new things, right? So yes, it is a highly demanding job. You need to learn, you need to constantly keep updating yourselves regularly. So yeah, it's a habit that we need to make ourselves from now itself.
Thank you, Shishir.
I'm Shalini. I'm currently doing my second year BCA. So I firmly believe that artificial intelligence can never replace human beings because years back when the computer systems came into existence, at that point of time we had the same fear. The systems will be replaced. So as the time passed, this generation is very used to systems. When 2G took place, we had the same fear. But today at present, we are working with 5G. As the days are going, every individuals are getting themselves updated. So I don't think it is possible for AI to replace human being. This is what I believe in. So the major reason I believe in this is for a BCA student or any background of this field, it is very important to update themselves constantly. So BCA is basically a skill-based course. So you will not be replaced unless you develop your skills constantly. That is when, because if an individual is able to create AI, then his skill sets are more than the AI has. So this is what we need to understand. Maybe people are lacking in understanding this. If AI is capable of working in such a way, there is a human behind it who has more intelligence than the artificial intelligence has. People are lacking to understand this. And the second major thing why BCA students are currently fearing about getting placed or being replaced by the AI is, I firmly believe that this fear occurs because BCA students or engineering students, they are constantly taking this field because there is more trend, passion, these kind of thoughts are there. But every individual need to understand this. Passion is not in the subjects, it's in an individual, because I see many people who take engineering, have tea shops, who have pursued well in their life. So passion is in an individual, it's not in the subject. Don't go for the course which has high market. No. So I believe that every course, everything is interrelated. Maybe indirectly or directly, it is interrelated. So it starts from the beginning. It is very important that focusing on every line, not only on AI, focusing on every line is important. Honestly say this, there is no need of fearing about AI replacing humans. That is something that really impossible for next 2 decades. That is really highly impossible.
There is no escaping from it. The digital world and AI world. The first casualties are the right to privacy and the beauty of anonymity. Without our knowledge, we leave our footprints everywhere.
See, for every problem, there is a solution. Rather than fearing about it, I personally suggest that taking your own precautions is very important. If you have fear of getting evaluated by your privacy, the better decision that you take, the better choice that you choose is to keep yourself safe. So these days, I see many people having posts on their Instagrams or having posts on their social medias. There are better options for your privacy. Posting on it, it's your freedom of choice, but there are better precautionary ways to do it. So you have to choose. The major thing is to update yourself. Update yourselves with the technologies, update yourselves with the precautionary ways that are available. And the other thing is, I firmly believe that as the technologies as being introduced to the younger generation, it's also important that people guide them for their precautionary ways, for their safeties. And I also suggest that the cyber security should be very strong. As the technology grows, cybersecurity is also something which is very important, which takes a major role. That should be strong enough.
Yeah, coming to cybersecurity, I think it's not a qualitative statement like that. I don't know. It is not on par with the advances of digital science.
Yeah, the statement is true. The major thing is we need to understand this. If the technology is introduced, it is introduced in the face of positive things for the positive reason. But what we as an individual are doing, we are going for the negative thing. That is where. So in order to reach our positive things, there are people who are misusing things also at the same time. So at this point of time, it is very important that the cybersecurity comes with a new a better solution for all these things. But at some point of time, they're lagging because the negative side, the negative way that they're taking, maybe it is going in such a way that which can be an unpredictable thing.
Is man morally competent enough to use this marvelous science, digital science, or AI, whatever it is?
For this, the answer is neutral. It's like there are people who are looking for the betterment, there are people who are looking for the negative side. So it depends on an individual that the way they use. The better solution for this is to have better precaution and safety methods. That's all I can say. Because we all are familiar, we all are into social medias, we all are familiar that all these crimes are taking place. The better solution that you have is you can't stop someone doing something. The better solution is that you keep your things safe. That's the only solution until the cyber security develops itself. That's the only solution.
Thank you, Shalini.
Hello, I am Jonathan D'Souza from second BSc, Physics and Maths combination. So basically, we can replace AI is usually useful because it provides good education for the people. Most of the time, when we speak about some or the other invention or something like which is good for the people, we just need first the information about it. We get knowledge through AIs, just for example like chat GPTs and all. So we get good educations through it. And when I speak about my own course like physics and maths, so basically whenever I get any work like any assignments and all, I prefer the digital way. Like I prefer the AI. But completely copying is not a solution. But taking an idea, taking knowledge about it is very important. That's why AI is helpful in today's world in improving the country and the world itself.
In what all the ways you can use digital and virtual platforms to improve research in physics and mathematics?
So basically in physics and all, we usually need good equipments which should be digitally good. Whenever I go to physics lab, I just see those equipments which are like evolving around down the date. So there are even equipments which are very old, not at all digital, just waving length. For example, you consider the weight machine itself. Before it was used in using your stones and all. Nowadays it is like modernizing slowly. And today you will get even a little bit of gram also. That was just an example. So digital helps in getting accuracy. Accuracy is the most important part of physics as well as maths. So using the digital way, it improves accuracy, which improves living of the people, especially those who go in research field, those who want to become scientists, physicists, mathematicians. It is good for them. According to me, like what I believe is, in physics and in maths and all, during research and all in nowadays, though there is a lot of improvement in the digital world, but what we research, what we do by our own knowledge, that is important. We can use digital in such a way like in publishing what we did, in getting information. So just like if, for example, take the calculators. So it is just kind of a part of digital. It doesn't give most of the times few concepts, but the digital world helps us in coming up with those concepts also. So that helps us in improving what we are doing as a physicist or as a mathematician, as well as it helps us to publicize our knowledge and what we have researched.
Thank you, Jonathan.
In what ways do you think digital science and artificial intelligence come handy in research in botany and zoology and other subjects?
In every research, there is instruments used as well as in the traditional way, there were records to be maintained. And once it is lost, the years of efforts is lost. There are many recorded incidents where it is happened. With the use of data science, digital science as well as artificial intelligence, there is no probability that the data and the efforts which scientists have as well as students, it is no probability that it might be lost. In the preservation of data, it is useful, and the amount of preciseness in the experiments we get, the preciseness has increased. And there is no doubt with the preciseness with the use of data science as well as artificial science. In such world, it is very useful.
People say AI is quite accurate in predicting something, even in life sciences. What are your predictions?
As there is no errors in it, it is accurate. But somewhere I feel ethically human practice is more adequate to be used. Maybe it consumes too much of time, but I feel ethically it is better to go with human practice.
With the advent of AI, especially platforms like ChatGPT. People say it may curb our creativity.
We recently had a topic with this. Chat GPT, like number of times you go with that, either it will come in and around the topic or nothing more creativity comes out of it. Like a human, each time he thinks, he thinks different. And the creativity is at high level. And Chat GPT, it is a kind of input which is stored. There are very controversial things which comes up with Chat GPT and human intelligence. Maybe human intelligence goes far better.
So do you think in near future it replaces human intelligence at least in certain sectors?
It's already replaced, but by the end, the major this impact is on like humans are becoming lazy. Maybe they are taking less time to work their brain cells as well as it's in our hands how we use it. Sometimes although we might have less time, it is required, but not every time we go for chat GPT or all such. We should start using our brain cells.
The funny thing is AI, it may help us in security, especially facial recognition, all those things. It may help us in security. Simultaneously, it may threaten our security too.
In the recent times, we saw celebrities going through with the body of some other and face of some other. Like maybe they were celebrities, they came up through it very quickly. Not every common people can come up that quickly. It is threatening for women's security, especially to be precisely. Like each day we come up something stronger with our security, it's threatening as well as. Probably it is more threatening than its usefulness for today's current world. We cannot directly blame on AI. Like the person handling it is human. Ultimately, it's human, it's from human, it's by human. Humans have to be careful with it in handling it.
Thank you, Sunena.
It is an irony. For man, the biggest challenge is to manage another man. As a student of HRD, how do you perceive it? Managing people.
I'm Abhilash. I'm from second BA HRD. So it's not a big task or it's a very hard task to maintain all the subordinates and maintain all the employee in the organization. See, in every sector, we need HR to maintain their absentees, like how we have supervisors, teachers, deans, HODs in a student life. Even the organization life has a HOD, like a HR, manager, general head, team leader. So, as you said, the irony, it's very true that it's very, very, very difficult to manage a man. So, because we have to see his personal traits and the professional life, and he have to balance about the professional and the personal. It's known as work-life balance. And when he goes wrong in that, and the sudden, that's where the chaos starts to happen in his own life. Like he doesn't manage, start to struggle a lot to focus on professional life, like working in an organization, like when he doesn't have a work satisfaction and when he doesn't have a satisfaction in the personal life too. Basically, we have subjects called organization behavior, like how we study about the other behaviors in the organization. As you told, we cannot treat a employee as a street person, because there is a organization culture which we have to follow. There are certain rules, terms and conditions that we doesn't want to cross that, because it's beyond the organization limit. So there are the people who still even manage to treat the people as their colleague even when they are outside the organization. So to boost up and to have a rapport between them, a good rapport between them, and that is known as interpersonal skill. And we have another subject known as ODMC. We study ODMC. ODMC is related to the organization development and the management development. We study both, it's a separate concept. Organization development, it's a macro thing. Macro thing in the sense we study about whole organization. MD, like a managing development, it's a micro. It's only deals about the manager, like managing the like me being an ex-employee of a Tech Mahindra company, me being I have seen all the phases of life. Like I went through the 12th basis because I had a good communication. I was working as an customer coordinator. My thing was Redbus and the Amazon, Flipkart. These were the three processes were handling by us. So the thing was to refund the money. It was very good. As we study in the classes, boss will be like that, boss will be angry like this, that. It's not like that. It's a different perspective when you enter inside the organization. You have a cool colleagues, even though they have a grudge on you, they don't turn off your face, they don't talk. It's not like that. They have the grudge on you, but still they talk with you in a smiling face, concern. So that is the thing you have to understand. Oh, this guy doesn't want me to be here, so let me excuse me, can I go, like that. Instead of fighting in like a small kids inside the class, how we fight in these things, it doesn't work out, because we all are matured enough. And all the time we have to be effective, efficient in working. If an employee is working for money, he's always be working for the money. If a real employee always try to work for the skills and the betterment of his career, he'll always come up in his life.
See, normally we common people look at a PRO, a HRD manager, in a strange way. His affected manners, his ironed out attitude. Typically,
Sir, the position makes you like that. Not an every HR will be like be dominating attitude towards the employee. See, for the example, me being an HR, I can be dominant because every class teacher in a school will be strict. But when she comes out of the school, even she'll buy a chocolate to these children, like that. Even a HR, when he comes out of the organization, even they do things. Even they drop colleagues, even they take care, even they train up. That position makes them like that. It depends on the person who we take it as. Some people will be, HRs are very friendly, so they won't be strict. They just tell a verbal warning. Some of them try to write in the character certificate. It's not like that. But it's very difficult to be a dominating thing also. Even if, for example, me being a HR, I am being a dominating. Suddenly if something goes wrong in the salary structure or the things which I have told for the tasks which I have given for the employee, I might scold them right away. But I won't be holding the grudges for so long. I might be holding that anger for that moment. When I go out, we all go to dinner together. So it's a easy thing and it's a hardest thing. It's a way how you take it.
at times what happens is an HRD man is a punching bag from both sides. He gets kicked by the boss and hated by the employee.
It's a really nice question. That's I really appreciate you for asking this question. And it's a employee HR is always a punching bag. We know that. The thing is, late in the earlier days, there was a quote called "work hard." Now they are all adapted to the changes. Work smart. So working smart, being an attentive, being an obedient, being an things to proper way for the bosses, and being motivator, supporter, supervisor to the employee can change this perspective of these both. So he won't be a punching bag at all. So if he misses out, if the HR is really working for the money, then this issue occurs. Like he'll be punched both sides. So he can't tolerate the trauma or the pressure or the frustration. He'll be out of the organization soon. We do have a chances to go to the industrial visit, meet HRs, that is a one point, and basically we study interpersonal skills, rapport between a person, business economics, and ODMC, as I told you, organization behavior, ED, entrepreneurship development, in a psychology behavioral of a person, how he have to be in an organization, what are the process goes when he does a mistake, what are the process goes, how the punishment procedures go when he comes late to the organization. And these are the theoretical things which we learn.
Abhilash, thank you. We thank the students for their enthusiastic participation and the staff and management for their kind cooperation. Akashavani on the campus. In this program today, you have listened to short conversations we had with BCA, BSc and HRD students of Alvas College, Moodubidri. This is today's English Yuvavani program. See you next time. Thank you.